everybody, a pleasure and a privilege as always to be at Anfield, where we are hoping for another miracle like Istanbul. Shaqiri in his own half, rolls it square towards Matip. Virgil van up to Mane, mistake, Mane into the area, great skill, Henderson's in the box, Henderson, save
City celebrating. The party really is just getting started. They've had to wait a very long time.
Oh yes! Welcome to Manchester United, Anthony Martial!
Recording.
Okay. Hello and welcome back to the Bench Podcast with your host, the most, George Bennett. Off to my right, we've got
Left.
other left. No, it's my right.
Guys fighting
You
again.
idiot! It's to my right. We've got Ethan Cunnison,
Hello, hello, hello.
and off to my opposite me. Sorry, we've got Alex King. Say hello, Alex.
Hello. How is everyone doing? I've just recovered from the coronavirus, but I'm back.
I think we all have, yeah. Right, well, this week we've got a transfer special for you as the transfer window slammed shut last week. And
Right, Jeff.
thanks, Ken. To be brutally honest, it was a pretty dull window, to be fair.
I thought it was quite entertaining, to be honest.
Well, hang on, well, there was-
View.
We'll get into it throughout the night, but like there's transfers that was missed. Like Giroud didn't move on in the end.
Yeah, okay.
Tottenham didn't sign a striker to replace Kane. Your striker signing was pretty
We'll get to
dire.
that later.
We'll get into that. And
I disagree.
we'll get into it, King. You stop interrupting again. You are genuinely terrible at this. Anyway, we've got to start off though.
Well, can I have... Because I've got a question that I want to ask
Oh, okay,
you
go on.
two.
Quick
A
one.
little insight question. So, as we know as football fans, they've just decided, well, as they're recording that yesterday, that they're putting the transfer window back where how it was before, of making it longer. So the end of
The summer.
It's starting September. That the transfer window is going to end of
So
September.
saying it'll change back. Okay.
What do you think about that?
Like,
I'd say maybe just wait till the end of September for all the teams.
my personal opinion on it is,
Set it all up.
I'm glad that. Well, I'm not happy that the transfer window's going back to how it was.
You know,
No, because I prefer it when the transfer window closes before the season. Because let's say you're playing games, and you start playing, there's speculation around players. It just creates a bit more of like a.
I do agree with that. You know,
It just
I
like.
think it makes it more exciting, really. It's
Well, not
just
really, because
for fans.
if let's say like obviously we had a big player, obviously we need him, and then obviously keep getting rumours and rumours. It's going to cause unrest. You don't know whether it's going to happen. I'd rather just the window slam shut and that's it. Get on with it.
yeah, because that's the problem. Like, if you're going to think back to last summer, like, and it's still probably carrying on now. We got the whole, obviously a United fan. We got the whole Paul Pogba talk. I remember when the transfer window ended, people were still talking about Pogba going to Juventus, Real Madrid. Like, and as a fan, it is frustrating at the end of it. Thinking of one, like, people probably argue about this. Pogba's one of our best players at the end of the day, and I
He
don't
is.
really want to hear about one of our best players leaving when our season started.
Well, I've just seen something actually on the way here. It was on.
Hang on,
No, I'll just mention this quickly.
Okay, go on.
I'll mention it quickly.
Mm.
Obviously, like Man United players are going to Marbella.
Yeah,
For
yeah.
the training. I know Pogba's not going, but everyone says Solskjaer's not letting him go. I don't
He's
believe
in-
it. He's injured.
Yeah,
He's
I saw
injured,
he
yeah,
was
yeah.
injured,
He
wasn't he?
can't
Yeah.
go. He's-
But Tom Lane's not going either. He's not leaving.
So that's what I mean. It's all a lot of what annoys me is, as a Man United fan, is like, I understand he probably will leave in the summer,
Yeah.
but everyone's saying, oh, he's not going to play again for United. He will play again for Man United because he'll probably be back by March, probably.
So you shouldn't read too much into transfer rumours anyway, because a lot
Everyone's
of
got
them.
an agenda there.
When do you think
Yeah.
he'll be back for injury?
Well, there's talk of, obviously, I follow different Twitter accounts. People saying he'll be back for Chelsea.
No. I think is he back in training yet?
No, he's having different, like, surgeries and everything.
So was he in gym? Basically,
Yeah.
just rehab.
Yeah.
What about McTominay? When's he back?
He probably be around the same time as Pogba as
We
well.
had him, Fernandes, and
That's what I'm thinking. Like, I don't know who I was talking to about it, but it's obvious that Pogba's going to leave.
yeah.
So,
But I still think we should. I think if when he comes fit, I still think he wants to play for us because all this because I think he is a professional footballer. Like he's quite professional, and he does want to play for United. But like,
So like, what I was gonna say is, I know he's gonna leave. So I've wanted a World Cup winner for 4 months.
exactly.
You got him. You got Pogba. You got Fernandes. McTominay back. Why not have that for 4 months and we get into a Champions League place? I'll take that for a couple of months and then sell him off or however.
I mean, we're going to be off topic. I know you obviously like your Man United chats and all that because I'm obviously outnumbered from my Liverpool link. But we can get into because you made a few signings, didn't you, in the summer? So, but we'll get onto that in time. But I think in time, like on the podcast.
Oh,
Okay, but you can let's talk about the midfield. So what do you think about Liverpool signing of Minamino then?
Well, so it was quite an early transfer. Well, it was more or less announced like middle of December, I'd say. I remember I saw on Twitter it was more or less confirmed by that point. Well, there was talks going on. From what I heard, he was signed off the back of the 2 Champions League games we played against Salzburg, and he did well.
He was I don't know if it was him or Haaland. I do remember him talking to one of the Salzburg players.
Yeah, I think he's spoke to quite a lot of them. To be fair, I mean, like whether or not he'd be interested in any of the ones, you don't know really. But I know he scored in the 4-3 game when we played.
Yeah,
I think I was at Anfield, wasn't it? So
what a game, Jeff!
it was a tight game that was. So they did well. Well, obviously now they've lost a lot of their players, but they did well at the
It's a
time.
shame, isn't it?
So they've been Haaland's gone, obviously Minamino and more
still got
probably leave.
Was it Hang?
I don't know.
Let me have a look.
They've got quite a few players in.
The mystery man.
But anyway, I mean, while Ethan searches that, I'll talk about Minamino. I mean, we signed him for about, I think it was 7.5 million, something like that.
Yeah.
It was release clause. It was a release clause in his contract. He was linked with quite a few teams.
That's it. Hang Hee-chan.
Oh, I think he's a North Korean striker.
He's in the Wolves, he was.
What did I say? What did I say?
I don't know. You should say South Korea.
Oh, okay, sorry.
You
He was
know,
in with
I think he's-
Wolves.
yeah.
He was in with Wolves, he was.
Was he?
Yeah. I heard about him, yeah.
But now, as we I mean,
Mr. Potchall agrees with her.
do you mean? So it's like, so yeah, we signed him for 7.5 million. And, he's only really played 2 games at the moment so far. And
He's a background player, isn't he?
he needs to get used to the Liverpool system, the way Klopp wants to play.
He's a pre-season, isn't
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he
He's
does
going
need
to be the starter
pre-season.
there.
Maybe long term, maybe.
Seriously?
Long term. Well, Salah and Mane aren't going to go on forever, are they?
2 seasons.
Well, it depends. Obviously, because I'd say for now, for Liverpool team, a lot of the players that we've got currently, they'll probably last for about 2 or 3 more seasons. I mean, from looking at the contract situations for all of them.
So when you say lasting 2 more seasons,
Like at the top level, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
Based on
Liverpool,
age and when
though.
the contract runs out, yeah. Because Minamino's how old is he? Just quickly.
I'm looking now.
24.
Is he 24?
25.
That's starting to get into his prime. I mean, like that's it'd be about 26, 27. That'd be about that was around about the time when like Mane and Salah became like
Will they
in their
still be
prime.
Liverpool? That's the question.
We don't expect them.
2 more seasons, I think they'll be gone.
Who?
Mane, Salah. I think one of them will be gone anyway.
Mane's probably the most likely to leave, if for me, in my opinion.
Oh, that Juve are knocking on Van Dijk's door?
Step
That's
down,
not
step
gonna
down
happen.
for
That's not
him.
gonna happen.
Step down.
I mean, if he went to Juve, think of their defence at that.
Jesus.
Well, De Ligt and Van Dijk would be a good pairing, but it won't happen because we step down for him. I mean, maybe long term in the future. Maybe it could be
You
long
think
term
Juventus
one.
stepped down from Liverpool?
At the moment, it is, yeah.
Well, yeah, it is, yeah.
Of course, it is.
So you got,
I'm a Man United fan, and I'm even just saying Liverpool are better than Juventus at the moment. The best team in Europe.
the only way he got to Juventus is if he gets to like say 32, 33, and he's on his his last few seasons in football because
I'm
it's
gonna
quite a
argue
slow
this.
league, isn't it?
Like at the moment, I would say Juventus is a step down from Liverpool. But if you're thinking, if you want to be a winner and known for being at one of the biggest clubs in the world, Juventus are more likely going to win consecutive league titles than Liverpool.
Yeah, because,
Tell me if I'm wrong.
but they've been walking Serie A for years and years.
If you want to retire,
Since 2012, I think.
and at the end of the day, when you retire, you only you only looked at how many titles you've won. Who cares if you're a club like Juventus or winning
Yeah, but
titles every
what's
season?
bigger, winning the league year after year with Juventus, or winning the league say once with Liverpool and having all that reception that the fans chanting your name? He's even got he's got his own chant, and it's like he's a Liverpool legend at this
Yeah, but
stage.
I'm not. Come on,
He is.
Liverpool legend.
He's better than Carragher, better than Hippier. Mate, he's our best in the modern era. He's our best defender by a
In the
mile.
modern era, but
Obviously not.
Liverpool big club at the end
Yeah,
of the day.
compared to say like
For him to say that someone now is a legend already,
he's not far off at least.
I'll take that. But
He's not far. Okay, maybe I was a bit much, but no, he's not far off. He's not far off.
oh God,
2 seasons, legend.
Benny, yeah,
Ashley
'cause he's that good. That's why.
Ashley Young's a legend at Man United.
He'd never be legend. He was shit.
whoa,
What was it? Bit spicy there.
Get him out! Get him out!
bet it out. Carry on,
But
though.
nah, it's I'm looking at his Red Bull stats here. In 136 games, he
Red Bull
scored.
stats. He's got drinks Red Bull. How many
No,
Red
he
Bulls
played-
has he drunk?
Oh, you idiot. He played 136 games, scored 42 goals. I mean, for a player of that, like, it's promise. It just might take time to develop that. Really, I mean, obviously in the Premier League it's a different league, and
Do you want to know why
You
he's
know.
not scored as many goals, Ethan?
Why?
He's got no Red Bull at Liverpool, is it?
Got no
yeah,
wings.
he's no wings.
He's got no wings.
And yes, we are not sponsored by Red Bull yet.
No, it's
Please.
We're sponsored by ASOS,
And then we can-
as Mr. Coxall saw the other day.
He's not on yet.
But
But why are you
thanks to
bringing
his
him now?
thanks to his work,
Yeah, sneak peek into next week's
Kingy just
episode.
spoiled everything. So thanks, Kingy.
intro sponsored by ASOS.
But now let's move on because we keep getting sidetracked from Kingy's idiotic. I'll sum the Minamino stuff up now, just quickly. He has time to develop basically. He'll need a pre-season to get used to how we play. Long term, it might be quite a good signing. We'll have to see. At the end of the day, even if it doesn't work out, I still think we could get something for him. Like our transfer committee is quite good with that. Like obviously you've
I
seen with
agree with
Michael Edwards, he sold Dominic Solanke for 19 million. He sold Ibe for a good fee. I can't remember exactly what it was.
It was like
Was it 15? Okay. Again, it's good money for
no.
quite average players.
I will admit, Liverpool's backroom staff
Not
at
better
the
than Man
moment,
United.
huh?
Not better than Man United stuff.
Not.
A lot better.
A lot
Oh, I
better.
was to say, yeah, they're doing it right at the end of the day, and you can tell from how Liverpool started. Everyone was against their owners.
Oh yeah, There's back in the day. There's so many like.
Built by the Shanks, broke by the Yanks.
No, that was the old owners, and you reference in the video that you keep showing me. It's rubbish.
Oh God, but
But yeah,
you're doing it right at the moment.
yeah. We'll just see how it goes. It's all positive so far. Potential treble,
Well, you know
league,
the way
league,
Klopp's
Champions
looking
League,
at.
FA Cup.
I don't want to get.
Or that'll grind your gears if we win it because
No.
we'll be compared to that 99 United side then. What are you doing? No, is that going in? This isn't going in the video, surely.
Nah, this will take it out. But yeah, I'm just really annoyed that Klopp didn't turn up to that FA Cup game. What
Well,
is your
that's-
honest view about that?
It's gonna be a Liverpool chat now, the Champions League. I mean, he's got every right to.
No,
Is it-
I'm like,
You
I know I
livid.
shouldn't be. I'm actually fuming.
But
because
hang on, no,
hear me out.
go on. Go on,
Klopp,
you stop.
obviously, if Liverpool were a big club,
We
people
are a
can't
big
see
club,
me because
but-
I'm using air quotes right now. If Liverpool were a big club, they would go for every trophy possible. So you got the
Technically we
Premier
are.
League, FA Cup, League Cup, Champions League. Klopp not turning up to that game shows that he's not bothered about the FA Cup. And if he's not bothered about the FA Cup, he should let Shrewsbury go for it.
Well, hang on. Well, the way it was organised by the FA and the Premier League was absolutely shocking. I mean, the reason why there's been a big fuss about it is because the Premier League it's the first time this year that there's been a winter break in the Premier League.
Yeah.
They've told all the Premier League managers last season when they'd announced it was going to be a thing, don't book any like friendly games or any other games along that lines because they'll affect your winter break. Obviously, they didn't want to do that. then the FA obviously haven't been in contact with the Premier League about this, and have just gone, oh, we'll just play the replay games during the off season or the winter break.
Like, I'm sorry, the biggest
There's no
clubs,
communication.
the biggest clubs have to deal with a high congestion of games. It's just a proven fact.
Yeah, but
If you're competing for loads of competitions, you have to basically deal that you're going to be in.
Klopp
playing
has
loads of
dealt with
games.
it in the way that he sees fit. Well, he decides, okay, these young players, they may not get as many games as they are going to get normally. Hang on, let me finish because you've had your beer.
Yeah. Sorry.
So I was quite strict there. Obviously, yeah, okay, we should have beat Shrewsbury in the first place. That was a given because we should have really. They did well in the first game, and fair play to him. And then obviously second leg, yeah, and that's when we decided to put our youth players in because he wanted to give the first team players because we've got the running for the Premier League, we've got the Champions League, and he's obviously more focused on that because the Premier League's obviously we haven't won for 30 years, which everyone keeps saying whatever. Champions League is what Liverpool are most known for at the moment for winning, and it's like if you win those two, then that's still a brilliant season. Obviously, the FA Cup's not because it's not as big as it used to be.
Yeah, but why? What win the treble then? If you're such a big club,
Well, we still can. We beat them in the replay. We beat them 1-0. It's not over yet.
Yeah, but I'm saying okay, but I
think we'll still play a stronger team against Chelsea, definitely, because it's Chelsea.
Yeah, but think about it this way: you got young. I'm not against playing the young players. If you want to do a squad full of young players, do it. But I'm annoyed that it didn't turn up. Look at the young players from their point of view. They're playing a big FA Cup game against Shrewsbury. Okay,
Full house at Anfield, yeah,
full house at Anfield, and they want to probably get into Liverpool first team. So how's supposed to prove to Klopp that by Klopp not being there?
Well, the reason why they brought Neil Critchley in because he's the under 23s manager. I think his reasoning behind that was they're not used to Klopp because obviously he coached the first team. He's only dealt with he's dealt with Curtis Jones and Nico Williams. And I think he's dealt with Chirivella as well. But the rest of them, they don't know what he's like, so they might get they might be a bit overwhelmed by how he reacts to games. Obviously, they know Neil Critchley from their time in the under 23s, and they're like, well, okay, we know him, we know how he operates like as a coach, and it's like, well, it's easy if they obviously could process it more, which worked in their favour because we won.
Yeah, but look at, I say to bring it back to United though, like Man United are in the winter break. Man United's under 18s played against Leeds under 18s the other day. Solskjaer was in the stands watching.
Well, Klopp has watched he has watched under 23 games before at Liverpool.
Yeah, but if he was so bothered about these young players, he would have turned up to manage those young players against Shrewsbury. Why didn't he turn up?
It was his decision at the end of the day. He obviously felt Neil Critchley would make more of a difference than him being there.
Wow.
Either way, we won. We threw in the treble's still on. We'll see how it goes. So while we're on United now, you may as well get started on that. I mean, I'll start off obviously, and then you two can carry on obviously. Okay. So Bruno Fernandes was signed first off after it was quite a protracted move.
We've been bantering about Bruno Fernandes
last few weeks
since the podcast started.
I mean, that's obviously a good signing for you lot. Obviously, you needed that creative midfield. You still need more, but it's a good start anyway.
Well, it's a good signing, but I'm sorry, we signed Bruno Fernandes for, looking at here, a starting fee of 46.5 million. That's what Sporting wanted from the start, so why didn't we pay it from at the start of January? And we could have had him for the whole of January, and who knows what results we'd have had. Because against Wolves, yeah, he was a great player. It was one of the best players on the pitch.
One of the better players, definitely. That game was a boring game, that was.
Boring 0-0.
Now, that was, you obviously got him, and then on deadline day, well, you kind of panicked, didn't you? Because obviously you knew Haaland wasn't going to be... Hang on. You knew Haaland wasn't coming. Sorry. I've done it again.
Carry on.
Oh, Kingy, stop interrupting me. Stop interrupting me, Kingy.
It's just... Let's have it now. Obviously, there's Josh King as well. He was there at the one point as well. He was linked. That didn't work out. And then you resorted to Igalo, didn't you?
I don't see it as. Why do you see it as a panic buy?
Because that was literally the last resort. You couldn't. You
Was-
needed a striker, and
Bennett.
that was all you had left.
Bennett. Okay. At the end of the day, it's not Football Manager. You don't. if you don't get a transfer through, and you don't get the one that you wanted, you don't just type down the list of Football Manager. Think, oh, he's a striker that's available at the moment. Igalo,
That sounds
get him now.
Yeah, but Igalo sounds
Bennett.
like something I'd make as a panic buy. So I
Yeah,
needed
but
a
Bennett-
striker.
What Solskjaer wanted, Igalo's not going to be starting for Man United week in, week out.
Well, no, once
That's a
Rashford's
given.
back, obviously it's a given he'll play, won't he?
Yeah, exactly. We needed someone. So, okay, let me just go through the list of who Solskjaer wanted. He wanted someone who's different to Martial. Someone who can ease the load off Martial or Greenwood, for example. So he's got Premier League experience, because we don't want someone going on loan for a couple of months, not knowing the league, because then they need an adjusting period. So why have someone on loan who needs an adjusting period that by the time they adjust, the season's over? So he wanted a Premier League proven striker,
Not too... Go on, Mark.
and someone with experience. Besides Josh King, Igalo ticks all those boxes for me. I'm not saying he's going to bang in 20, 30 goals a season, but if he can score, let's say, 10, that's a success for me.
I mean, if I had the choice out of the two, I'd have gone Josh King.
Well, one Josh King's injured at the moment.
Yeah, how long is he out for, though?
He's I just read on Twitter of this day of recording, obviously. He's just got into contention. I think he's just started training.
Well, yeah, you build him up. You build him up.
Yeah, but why haven't? And I don't think he wanted to come on loan either.
I thought I heard you were going to try and sign him.
No, towards the end of the transfer window, it was more coming off to start being a loan deal, and Jack King didn't want it to be a loan deal. And I think having someone like Igalo on loan, maybe we'll sign him, have more options up front, and then maybe we get a better striker in. Like, I'm not saying we'll get Haaland, but someone who is going to be
Someone
starting
better,
every week.
yeah, well,
I think it's a
fair
great
enough,
move, to be
but-
quite honest.
I still think...
Only Igalo, his first season at Watford, scored 16 goals.
Sorted.
But Michu scored sick in his... How many Michu scored in his first season?
Doesn't
Looking, you know he scored one in his second season?
3.
No, well, in all competitions.
Doesn't matter. He didn't play that much that season, to be fair
Oh, well,
to him.
yeah, obviously wasn't that good then, was he?
Well, not because they just signed a new striker in,
Who was there?
and he left in January, the next transfer window.
Who was there?
Who did he sign in?
Who did Watford sign to replace Igalo?
Richarlison.
Oh, well,
Well, there you go then.
Silent.
Silence, yeah. Exactly.
well.
Richarlison is better than Igalo, so they've gone on to play Richarlison.
But let me ask you here now. Would signing Igalo make our team worse?
We'll make it better. Put it like that.
I
could-
really hope
would
he
he
bangs
prove
in
it
loads
to
of goals just to shut you up.
For me,
We
Really.
won't score like bags of goals,
No,
will we?
for me, we're having a
I'll put in
bad
a fair
season
one.
as it is. It can't get worse than this.
It could do. You might even get Europa League.
No, but it can't get worse than this.
I've just said you might miss out on Europa League. That'd be
No, but
worse.
the quality of football can't get worse than this.
Well, no, obviously not.
Exactly. So
Then in
what's
the
the problem with signing Igalo then?
You've got nothing else left.
Exactly. We're not going to get a top 4 striker in January. We probably could, but it's going to cost a lot of money. So why not wait till summer, get someone in for the short term, and get someone in for the summer?
I just think you could have made better short-term strikers.
Yeah.
Well, I said Josh King. He'd have been better.
Didn't want to leave.
You did.
He did want to leave, but
You didn't want to leave.
He didn't want to go on loan.
You wanted to go back because of Solskjaer, yeah?
He didn't want to go on loan, did he? If he doesn't want to go on loan, he can't.
No, but they were going to buy him originally.
He wouldn't play there, would he?
They were going to buy him originally, but anyway. Go on. Do you want to move on from United now?
Maybe
or-
for small transfers, yeah.
Well, Villa's a good one, isn't it? Because they've made quite a few
They signed
signings.
like 4 or 5
Yeah.
players, didn't they? Yeah, so Villa signed. Who did they sign in the end? It was. Let's look at the sheet. Pepe Reina, Liverpool legend, obviously. he came back
That's a good sign for Villa. Not
for
gonna lie.
a goal. Well, obviously he's not going to be as good as he used to be because he was really good at Liverpool at the time.
Didn't he play? What was the Villa game which he played in the other day?
Johnson Bollock the other day.
I can't remember what game it was.
Bournemouth.
Was it Bournemouth? Oh, okay. He's getting on a bit, to be fair to him.
It's a decent
It's a
signing.
good signing for Villa anyway.
He'll do all right for him, but he will drop a couple of bollocks here and there.
Yeah. They signed Samatta as well. Well, we mentioned Samatta, I think, in the past, haven't we? He scored against Leicester in the cup, didn't they?
He looks all
Oh,
right.
no, it wasn't Leicester. Sorry, it wasn't Leicester in the cup. It was that was Brighton as well.
I think
He scored his first goal for him against Brighton. Yeah, and he seemed to be quite seems to be getting used to it a little bit at least. And then they signed Danny Drinkwater as well on loan.
And they signed
What a rubbish signing.
Borja Baston on the last day, on a free.
He had a good. I don't know why I signed Danny Drinkwater.
Premier League.
Experience.
He's not
Won the league with Leicester.
Yeah,
And
but he
McGinn's
hasn't-
injured as well.
He hasn't played for 2 years.
Yeah, but McGinn's injured, so
And
you
I,
need
and I
someone
saw,
to
I
replace
saw him
him.
the first 2 games he played. He was miles off the pace.
I admit he's off the pace definitely, but he needs a club to build that up, and maybe Villa could be that one. But he couldn't do it at Burnley.
I don't think he'll do anything good, to be honest.
Who?
Don't drink water.
Not Villa.
Why not?
I don't know. I just don't think because he hasn't played. Now you're going to take him a few games, constantly playing
I
football.
think it's because he suffered he's like he likes to drink, doesn't he? He's quite like
Does he?
yeah. Didn't you know that? Yeah, he's
No.
quite he's a bit of a he loves to drink, and he's
Danny drink
had a few problems with
Danny
it.
drink vodka.
Oh God.
Oh,
But
God.
no, it's just see how it goes for Villa. I mean, they got through the win the bit Leicester in the League Cup
That
semi.
was quite
Mm.
surprising.
I was surprised, yeah.
I was very surprised by that game because obviously with Aston Villa, they are heavily reliant on Jack
Grealish.
Grealish,
Oh,
yeah.
definitely, yeah.
The player that might leave, I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah. But no, it's good that they got to the cup final. I mean, whether or not I don't think they'll beat City, but they could cause a shock. Who knows?
Imagine if they did a Watford and got
Oh,
absolutely
Spanked
hammered by-
5-0 in the cup final. Yeah.
Quick mention on
Embarrassing.
Chelsea as well. Obviously, I'm surprised they didn't sign any players in the
Well,
transfer.
what is they've got the ban removed, didn't they?
You know what? I think it's the smartest thing for Chelsea not to sign anyone in January.
Yeah, I agree because I think Lampard wanted just not to disrupt the squad
Exactly.
because obviously
I heard he wanted to sign players.
Of course, who wouldn't want to sign players?
I mean-
No, but the
I
reason
think
why.
we carry on.
So sorry. The reason why he appealed for like the transfer because he appealed obviously to get the transfer ban like rescinded. 'Cause obviously he wanted to sign someone in January. There was Cavani he was linked with.
Yeah.
I think long term wants to get rid of Kepa as well. If you've heard that recently.
yeah.
I
He must
don't
get
know
Ben
about Kepa.
Chilwell as well.
But, oh yeah, Ben Chilwell. Yeah, that was another one. So I think he did want to get players in. Like I think if you had Cavani, you'd have took him. But in the end, it was all Giroud really. They wanted to get rid of Giroud, but they couldn't.
I think the reason why I heard that Cavani didn't leave because he didn't want to go for like the money at the end of the day that Chelsea and United were offering, so he just didn't leave in the end. I know he does want to become. I think is it PSG's top goal scorer or something like that. I know there's a record that he does want to break for PSG, so
I'm not sure.
there might not be as big as an incentive to leave at the moment, but that's definitely to look at one for the summer. I think the Atletico Madrid talks have broken down.
I thought it was confirmed. You know, I thought
Me too,
they'd
yeah.
actually signed
Sky
him
Sports
for
were
next
reporting
season.
it.
But no, that's Chelsea, and then a bit unfortunate really for them.
Ericsson as well. What do you think about that move to Inter?
Well, yeah, he's been saying a bit in the media, hasn't he? He's been
What's he been
he
saying?
he was the scapegoat.
black sheep of
yeah.
Tottenham, yeah. Because the fans obviously booing him because he obviously it was obvious he wanted to leave.
Yeah, but what's like? How long was he at Spurs? A good 5 years.
It was when-
6 years. Yeah.
Was it when Tim? Hang on, was it? Didn't Villas-Boas sign him? Was it?
I'm
It was when they
sure-
sold Bale. I think he was part of all those players that came in, like
Exactly.
Soldado, Lamella.
So
all
he's
them.
been at the club for quite a long time. And
He's not won a trophy yet.
Yeah, he's not won a trophy yet. He's coming towards the end of his career. Why not broaden your horizons a little bit and go to Italy? I know he wants to go to Spain.
He was
in the
just in Real
summer.
Madrid, didn't he? Yeah.
Thing
But-
is, he hasn't. It's not like he's signed for a big rival club in England, is it?
Exactly. I know Man United
You know,
wants
to
him,
after him,
but
yeah.
But
at least he didn't go to another club in England.
That'd been worse.
I'm not a
yeah.
Spurs fan, so I don't know obviously what they think, or if any Spurs fans are watching. Obviously, let us know why you think he left and what you think of him. But obviously, I think from out the outside view, I think he deserved a bit more respect on the way he left, because ultimately, like, he was a good player. On his day, he was class for Spurs. I don't get me wrong, some games, I do admit he can be a lazy player, but I still think
he's one of those players. He's one of those players. He can like make an impact from like say a set piece, like
he's
his free
a
kicks.
classic number 10.
He's a good player.
he's good. Another big transfer.
Oh yeah, Jared Bowen. Yeah,
to West Ham. I think this move, to be honest with you, I think it's been. I knew he was going to go to the Premier League at some point.
It was either him or I think it was either West Ham or Palace, wasn't it, on the last day? But West Ham obviously got the money to pay for him, so he's now in.
Bournemouth were in for him as well, because Bournemouth.
Oh.
Yeah, I think if Bowen did go to Bournemouth, Josh King would have went to United.
Yeah, that might make sense. Yeah, wasn't that the biggest transfer of the week? Was it Bergwijn at Tottenham? Oh no, of course it was. Yeah, it was probably one of the bigger ones anyway.
What do you think about Bergwijn, Kingy?
What a player.
What a player. Stephen Bergwijn, what a player.
Honestly, I'll have him at Man United.
He's not going to United now, but
yeah, I know, but honestly, Stephen Bergwijn, he's a class player.
He was a good goal he scored against City.
Is he left winger or right winger?
Left winger.
I think he was right.
He can play up front, but he can play left wing.
He can play all across
That's
the
a
front.
great signing for Spurs, not going to lie.
He'll do well for
It's
Spurs.
a brilliant goal he scored against Man City though as well. Chest and bang,
Great celebration.
Brilliant. You love it, yeah. You tried to do it.
Honestly, Stephen.
You tried to do it in the car park on the way back from the pub.
Stephen Bergwijn, I think he's probably one of my favourite players in the Prem. He's just a quality player.
Maybe that's a future podcast episode, but talk about favourite players in the Premier League.
Well, yeah, that could be one.
He just seems like he seems a pretty humble guy. Like, just gets on with it, easy to work with.
I felt so happy for him when he scored against City.
It was a good goal, definitely.
As long as he doesn't score against United.
Fingers crossed. We're doing a call it a day for this episode.
Yeah, if we've got anything else, I mean, Haaland. Do you want to mention anything on Haaland? Or
nah, he's banged in the Bundesliga.
Yeah, Ethan's upset, and well, that spells into that then. And I think that will be the end of this one, guys. So thanks again for watching this one.
We're on Facebook now.
Yeah, we've got all the socials.
Instagram now, Twitter. We're all over now.
Spotify, is that coming in soon or?
Yeah, it's in talks. So.
In the pipeline. yeah,
I think this deal with ASOS is going to push it over the line.
Oh, for God's sake!
Road to 100 subscribers on YouTube. Fingers crossed. We're at 61 subscribers.
Send it to your friends, friends. Get them all coming in. Come on now. Let's get the subscribers up.
Cheers, guys.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Peace.